I'm Brian Sloboda. Today, C-Run goes on the road to Warsaw, Virginia to visit with Northern Neck Electric Cooperative. The co-op's members asked for an easy and simple way to view daily and weekly energy consumption. That is actually a big task, but the folks at Northern Neck Electric Co-op rose to the challenge. So come with me as we talk to the staff and learn how they achieved this objective without breaking the bank. Mike, you've developed something called the Member Alert and Notification System. Tell us what it is and why you did it.
Okay, the Member Alert Notification System, what we call the MANS program, was started back in 2006 as an idea. One of my friends, I was talking to him with over lunch one day and telling him that we read every meter every day. And he said, well, that's kind of funny because I go out and read my meter every day too, and I put it all into an Excel spreadsheet. And I thought there had to be a better way. And asked him why he did it, and he said it helped him out, helped him budget, and helped him find out, you know, when the kids were leaving lights on, things like that. But he said part of the problem with it was he wasn't there every day and he didn't read it at the same time. So I started thinking, what if we could provide this to some members, or let's play around with it. So we started, I wrote a little program to email him his usage every day. And he liked it, and I started doing it to myself and some other members at the co-op. And then we started doing some of the employees, and everybody just seemed to like the idea. So it turned out to be just a what-if thing, turned out to be kind of beneficial.
What sort of information do the emails contain?
When we started off, the emails were just containing kilowatt-hour usage. It would just say, Michael Hyde, yesterday you used 28 kilowatts. And that's all it really said. And it was kind of useful because people could figure out, well, I used 28 yesterday, I used 30 the day before, what did I do different? But it didn't really mean a whole lot to people only knowing what their kWh was, because a lot of people don't understand what 60 kilowatt hours means. But when you tell them it's $11 worth of electricity and they start figuring every day they use $11, it makes a big difference. So we started adding the daily cost in dollars. Then we started adding, well, let's throw some energy tips of the day out there. So we started putting some energy tips. We realized that it would help to have the weather, and since we contain the weather in our system, we started including the daily high and low temperatures. And then we also throw out some news items. If we do a beat the peak, or if we're having like our annual meeting, we add some notes like that into there.
Now, there are utilities that use in-home displays. In-home display can cost $100, $150, $200. There are a lot of different ways to get this usage information to end-use consumers. Why does this system work so well for you?
The in-home displays, I actually have an energy monitor. I have a TED 5000 at my house. I like it. It's nice to be able to look at, but pretty much everybody I know has an email or a text, and email just seems to work. We would like to expand it further. It's one thing to be able to go on a website and look at it, but that's something you have to proactively do. Receiving an email is just something everybody's used to.
Now, how did you go about creating the system? You did all the work in-house. How difficult was it? And how difficult would it be for another co-op to replicate?
It's much simpler than it appears to be. It's just all of our readings and our temperature and weather data and our energy tips are stored in the CIS system. It's just a simple query to pull the data out, throw it into an email, and shoot it out. It's all written in ASP, classic ASP scripting. It's nothing special. There was no software to buy other than the simple chart we used to make the graphs pretty in color with our logo behind it.
Now, there's been a lot of talk about creating a green button for utilities to give data to their consumers to upload. What do you think is going to be the next evolution of your MANS system?
We're hoping to take the MANS with our new CIS system. We're hoping to be able to give them better portal access and maybe be able to add notes to their usage graph so they can help track it. Because right now they get a graph and they have to mark on there in a pencil or something what they did on a particular day, why it was so high if they want to track it. The green button will give them the ability to download the data into a spreadsheet or a database for their usages.
Do you think this system helps them take control of their finances and get the bill lower?
I think it does. I think once they realize that the days they do laundry, they can see a a noticeable difference in the email on the next day. I think it helps them figure out what they do and what it costs them, and then maybe how they can reschedule things differently.
Now, Brenda, you're on the staff here at Northern Neck Electric Co-op, but you're also a member, and you've been using the MANS system. Tell us about what you've experienced with the MANS emails.
Particularly what I like is our high energy usage reports, and what's really nice about those, you can set a threshold on your account. Say if my average usage might be 40 or 60 kilowatts a day through the summer months, I might set my threshold at like 60 or 65, and then occasionally I'll get an email that it may have exceeded that amount, and it really helped me. I guess it was back in April, and I went away for the weekend. I was monitoring the usage reports, and I saw that I had way exceeded the threshold, and come to find out when I came home I had a compressor that was going bad and the contacts were bad, and I immediately called an air conditioning service. Rather than having my whole compressor go bad, it was just a matter of cleaning the contacts.
Why do you think the program is so successful?
Because you're reaching out to the customers and letting them know each day what their usage is. They can opt to read it or not read it. It also tells them on their graphs if they choose to have that. Like say on a monthly or weekly basis, you can monitor the weather, and you can see how much usage you've used through that time period and kind of judge what you're doing throughout the day.
Great. Thank you very much, Brenda.
Thank you.
Mike, what members do you think that this system has helped the most?
I think this system is probably helping the members that are looking for, number one, to conserve energy, but the other group that it's helped the most, I believe, is our seasonal members. Since our area is surrounded by water on three sides, we have the Potomac, the Chesapeake Bay, and the Rappahannock. We have a lot of seasonal members, beach houses, fishing cabins, things like that. And a lot of our members are using this to monitor their usages at their beach houses.
Hey, Mike, thanks so much for having us over today. It sounds like a really useful tool, and it sounds like your members are very happy with it.
Oh, we're glad to have you here, and that's one of our goals, is try to give our members tools that help them save money and get better electricity and service. So,
the members of Northern Neck Electric Cooperative were able to check their energy usage information through a simple email. Anytime, anywhere, even here in the middle of a Civil War battlefield. Now, not every utility is using such a simple application. The folks at Northern Neck were able to do this without spending a lot of money, but it did take dedicated resources and a very innovative staff. But it did not require a third party or expensive hardware inside the member's home. To learn about other exciting and innovative co-op programs, visit the CRN Center for Energy Innovation on cooperative.com.